Can you start it recording? Cool.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, recording, I think. Check, test, this is a test, recording.
Cool. So this is it. This is the first 1000 podcast for YouTube. And we have a very special guest. Your boy SLEW is out here visiting me.
What's up, everybody? Yep.
I'm super excited to have you here, man.
Oh, I mean, it's a dream, man.
Yeah.
I've been here for 3 days now, and it's been awesome. I mean, this whole collab worked out. I kind of, we want to do a collab. You invited me over.
It's so cool
Super
having like
nicely.
another artist YouTuber here because I feel like our experiences are really similar but really different in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And it's just cool to like have somebody to bounce our experiences off of and like get to know somebody who's kind of similar to me.
Yeah, we've been talking. I mean, like, I don't have many friends back home who kind of, first off, like YouTube videos as much as I do, but, make YouTube videos and have that life and, that perspective. So, I mean, yeah, it's just amazing to kind of flow in the same lane as another person, that does the similar things as you.
Well, I want to ask you some questions, dude.
Oh, cool. I'm
And
ready.
if you have any questions for me,
Yeah, I'm sure we'll
holler at your boy.
We'll
Yeah.
get some good conversation in.
we've been talking a little bit behind the scenes, and like I've been watching your videos probably for like a year now, and I really love I love your art, but I also really love like the way that you put your footage together, the way that you share yourself, the way that you seem like just a natural, real, chill, down to earth person, and like I definitely connect through YouTube with you and your personality. But like it seems like over the past few months, like your channel has grown really rapidly, right?
Yeah, it has.
And like you've been grinding it out for what, like 3 years now?
Yeah. Even
So
more.
what's that experience like to just have that kind of, because I went through a similar thing, but like
Yeah. A little earlier than me.
Yeah.
Maybe even a little bigger scale than I
we're
did.
still like little babies in the YouTube
Yeah, we
game.
are. But thank you, first of all. You're very generous. And I've been watching you for, since the beginning pretty much. But, I just love YouTube so much. I've had different channels like fingerboarding, spray paint, graffiti, whatever, Call of Duty. But like taking this channel seriously from 3 years ago, and every year I would just get more serious about it and more serious about it until like I'd say the past year plus, or even more, maybe the past 2 years, I've been taking it like really seriously, like a part-time / full-time job. And so I've been, wanting to make it a bigger part of my life, to make it almost a career path, to get paid, to, expose myself and get followers and be able to do it on a bigger scale. So it did finally happen this summer. I think in August I got the pop. It took me like 3-4 years to get to 10,000 subscribers, and then in August I got like 60,000. So it was super epic. But it didn't really change much. I always thought like, oh, I wonder if I had 250,000 subscribers right now, like would I be making videos different, or would I be doing things different, or would the pressure be different? But it's pretty much the same. It's just like, now I certainly have more pressure that I put on myself that I think it's a good and bad thing, but I'm just kind of trying to continue do what I do, and that's pretty much, the game plan.
Was it like, for me, it was like one video just went, like I had put a video out 6 months beforehand, and it was just chilling there, like, I don't know, maybe it was at like 1,000 views for like
Video?
Yeah. Well, I'm not supposed to say that. I'll just bleep you out.
Sorry.
I'm not supposed to say online like who the client was.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was that video, and then it just like, and then like just randomly the algorithm was like, this video is gonna get 40,000 views a day or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it was just like super crazy. Was there one main video that just like went crazy?
Yeah,
or?
it was, one video has 400,000 views. My this tattoo, actually, the multi-layer stencil, but I don't think that's the video that initially started like pushing my channels to recommended things. It was like my studio tour, and then right after that it was like sketchbook tour, and then developing a character from my sketchbook, and those three kind of did like 50,000 in the first week, which is way more than I ever would got before that. And then a couple of my other videos did a lot. So I think that one video after I got that initial brought in the most.
How many videos deep are you? Like,
Ooh.
how many videos ahead are you thinking? Or is it just like,
No, I do.
I just got to get a video out this week?
No,
like,
I do. I have maybe one or two.
Yeah.
But like I said, like I have projects that I'll sit on. Like I have this big stencil project. I don't know when this has come out, but I've been sitting on it for like 8 months. And I know that's like a big production video. But then I'll do videos to get out to the masses. Like I'll do oil painting, or if I have commissions, I'll turn that into a video, which I can kill two birds at one stone. Yeah. That's not always the most interesting, but I try to plan at least one or two, or something will spark, or I'll see a video that you do, or a Kipto, or other homies, and I'll be like, oh, I could do something like that, or I've never thought of doing something like that. That looks fun. I don't think people realize how awesome it is that you like share your experience. Like, I mean, we're both artists, but we have pretty different things. Like you're a full-blown professional artist. You do huge murals. You've had it for years. You have your whole store, your business, and like that. Even someone walking into your store and talking to you, like, that's pretty inspiring. But the fact that like you really take the time to make videos and share it, like, inspiring to me. But I know hundreds of thousands of kids. That's like, it's pretty priceless. It's like I know that you're countless kids' favorite artist, so the fact that they have that window into your life, like, it's pretty awesome. And for me, like, I've learned so much from watching you and Kipto. Like, you make videos for people to learn, but like just little things, like, that's another back to like the YouTube raised me. Like, you can go to art school, you can go to all these things, you can pay for art classes, but like, if you just like are passionate and watch a bunch of artist creators online, like, you can learn so much, and that's like a pretty invaluable thing.
Yeah, the information is out there.
Yeah, man, but it's like sharing the experience, and that's all I'm trying to do. I'm no teacher, I'm no master artist. I just recently, in the past 6 months, of getting paid for what I do, but I just talk about what I know, and I just want to share my projects. That's all I can really do,
For me, it's like, I've learned so much from like my artist homies, and from YouTube, and from just different places on the internet. Like, I've taken so much from that. It's almost like my responsibility to like give a little bit back, you know?
That's
like,
heroic. I mean, it's not,
some
I
back
feel
in.
like other people may not think that, but the fact that you do is like helping a lot of people. Inspiring. I don't know what another thesaurus word for inspiring is, but. And
even like the classes and stuff that you pay for online are still like so much cheaper than traditional art school.
Oh,
you went to you didn't go to like art college. You went to this like Artelier thing. Like,
yeah, I actually did.
About?
I went to Parsons, which is like a really big art school in New York, for one semester.
Yeah,
and it was not for me. And then leaving there, I was still living in New York. I had 6 months on my lease, and so I made the decision to go to the super traditional painting school.
I got a question for you, man. Have you ever been screwed over? Have you ever been like
in the art world,
like fucked over by a client?
No. Well, I think I do more. Like I said, I've only been.
Do you do more of the screwing?
Yeah, well,
I think I screw over more people than.
I think I devalue myself, and that's a conversation
I'd love to
talk to you about, because you've probably been around the block way more than I have. But I think I'm a pushover, and it's not the best business sense.
Yeah,
we were just saying this before, but
it's like a delicate balance, man.
Yeah.
If you aren't at the level where you can like hire somebody to be an asshole for you, you have to put on like your asshole hat every once in a while and like demand what you're worth. And like, even though you want to be like the cool, chill artist, bro, who's like the friendly guy, and like, I feel like we're both pretty friendly dudes, but it's like when it's time to put on the asshole hat and like get what's coming my way, it's like, it definitely is a skill you have to develop over time.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best way you could have just said it, and I'm slowly learning that, because I haven't had much experience in that realm, and I'm totally. It's just really hard. I mean, I don't know if other people have experienced it. I actually get a bunch of DMs and questions about, what do you charge for murals? What do you charge for paintings? And it's like, I don't know, really. Like, I'm still kind of figuring out, and I have a better sense now, but this is like, it's funny. I played squash in high school, and like, I was never super competitive, but like, I was pretty good, and I loved the game, and so it was just about playing the game, And it was
What's
never
squash again?
It's like indoor
ball
tennis.
against a wall.
It's like racquetball. It's all the same thing. It's whatever. But so I was never like out there to win.
Right.
I was just out there to play and have fun, and obviously I would like to win, but it would, like, there's a difference between competing and whatever, playing the game. So with art, it's like I just love painting so much, and people are like, I want to buy it. And when I was younger, like, oh, I'll pay for something. I'm like, okay, or I'll just like pay you something. You can throw me whatever you want. And I don't have that asshole-ish trait, which is, behooves, an artist making into that professional.
I think everyone just like gets into it because they have this like super strong love for it. And in my case, like just an addictive compulsion to create. I'm just like itchy when I'm not making something, right? But as your popularity continues to grow and more people have their eyes on your work and more people like want your work, your time becomes more and more valuable. And because your time is more valuable, then the time it takes to create this art becomes more valuable. And you just have to really start to like analyze like, what am I putting into this and what am I getting out of this? And from like December of last year to like right now, the prices for my original art has definitely increased. And actually right now, like I don't take any commissions at all because my waiting list is so long that I'm just like, I feel so bad. Like there's been people on my waiting list for like 9 months now. It's like they still don't have their art or whatever.
Yeah, and that's real, right?
And it like gives me so much anxiety every morning when I wake up. So anyone who like emails me right now, I'm like, I'm super sorry, but like unfortunately, like I can't take any commission requests right now.
Yeah.
And that wasn't me being like, oh dude, I'm popping now. Like I'm about to charge more. It's like literally like just born out of necessity. Like this is the only way that I can really make this thing work right now.
A good problem to have, but I mean, I get, it's a real thing. You can't, when that popularity rises, and I certainly don't have that problem, but like, I know what you mean and what's going to be worth your time.
Yeah.
What's going to be worth the money. Where are you putting value in? That's just so interesting, man. I mean, people who are listening, I've been here for 3 days and I've learned so much from this guy from the business standpoint of an artist, which is hard because I don't know, maybe you could talk about where you learned it. I mean, I think you seem like a pretty business oriented, meticulous guy, but like as a young artist starting to make money, like did you go through these things? You asked me if I've ever been screwed over, but
I've been screwed over so many times, dude. And each one of those times is like a huge valuable lesson. So like just my personality type ever since I was a little kid, like, I don't know. Like I always really enjoyed salesmanship. And like to me, like sales is all about no matter who you're talking to, you find common ground with them and you can like get on their level and you can speak their language. There needs to be like some kind of connection between you and whoever your person is to be able to communicate effectively. And to me, that's like a big puzzle and it's a big game. It's like, how can I communicate what I want and also match up myself with like whoever this other person is. And that's like always been a really fun experience to me. So I've always like naturally gravitated towards sales and business. And I'm like one of those rare artists who actually really enjoys like contracts and accounting.
Yeah,
and
like entrepreneurship for sure, right?
And but it also like started really small. Like I always knew that I wanted my art to be affordable and accessible for anyone who wanted it. I never like thought I was going to be some super highbrow artist that was selling paintings for like $50,000 a pop or anything like that. Like just my whole style and my whole energy and attitude is not highbrow. So I was like, if people want to support me, I feel like they should be able to, no matter what their income bracket is. So that led me down the road of merchandise. Like maybe not everyone can afford like $1,000 painting, but most people can afford a $30 t-shirt, and even more people can afford like a $3 sticker.
Yeah,
so
100%.
I've always just like been all about that. And also like if I can work really hard to make like a super dope image, maybe it takes me like 2 or 3 days, but then if I can reproduce that over and over again, I can continue selling that for as long as I want until I like retire the design or whatever. And it just seems like such a better use of my time than like spending 3 days making one single painting, selling it once for like, $500 or $1,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Whereas I could put the same amount of time into selling a t-shirt, sell it for $30, sell it 1,000 times, and then that's like 30 grand.
Yeah. I mean, when you lay it out like that, it's extremely rational, actually. And I mean, it kills two birds with one stone. You can sell the original, but then you can, you
can sell prints of it.
People have the ability to support you,
exactly,
whatever level. I think that says it on your
but
website.
Like, it's still important for me to continue to do original art, and like I love making paintings, and also there's certain types of customers who consider themselves like a little bit more high end, and also originals are really, really special because it's like a one of one thing.
For sure.
And the people who have your originals are like super hyped on that.
Like mega fans.
It's like really special to them. Yeah. So I think it's important to do all of it, but not everyone can afford originals. So it's like, what about those people?
Yeah. It's just amazing to hear because it's so true.
Like, I don't like to play video games that much. I get really bored really fast with video games. I can play for like 15 minutes and then I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, but to me, like all this business stuff and all this YouTube stuff, like to me, that's my game. That keeps me so like mentally stimulated, and it's really fun and really stressful, and like there's a lot of like emotional roller coasters and ups and downs, but it's like life is not boring, dude. Like it's a crazy, wild, stressful ride, but it's definitely not boring.
That's great. And I like to segue that into because you have been a professional artist, you got the merchandise company, you have your store, you know, but so when did you kind of decide to start making content and like through the video camera and these 10-minute videos and be quote unquote a YouTuber? Because that's like almost, I don't want to say unfamiliar for you, but like that's a different medium. You know, the whole video thing.
I made my first video back when I was doing music. I made like a little documentary of my band when we played like a really big show. And I had never done any video stuff before that, but I took it home and I edited it and I like showed it to my other bandmates and they were like, this is like super cool, dude. Nice. Like it was really documentary style. It was really fast and choppy edits and like more about building the story. And we put that out and some people really liked it or whatever. So I kind of like caught the bug and I understood with my music background and audio engineering background, like how similar it was to like chop up music and beats and how similar it is to like chop up video.
Yeah.
But then the art video thing, a lot of my big gigs were like for private corporate clients. So I would make these huge projects and then they would be like closed up inside of these like corporate office spaces. And I was like, well, nobody even gets to see my art. So like the solution to that problem was like, I'll make videos and like post them on. I started out just doing mostly on Facebook. And then I was like, well, I have this video anyway. I'll just like throw it on YouTube and get like 10 views. But like Facebook, I had a bigger following on there. So I was like getting a lot more views. But then like slowly but surely, like the YouTube started to make a lot more sense than putting my videos on Facebook.
And that YouTube has that culture.
Yeah.
The YouTube like creative culture.
And YouTube, you know, for all of its like flaws and its ups and downs, like there is ways for creators to make money off of all the time that they put into making these videos and like sharing their creativity.
Yeah.
And as of right now, it's definitely like, to me, the best platform for like video makers and creative people.
For sure. Yeah. Undisputed. As many problems and issues they have and people don't like, but it's pretty amazing.
Just off on a tangent, what's something that you've been like into lately, man? What's like a piece of anything that's like been inspiring you that you can recommend to people?
Just a very open-ended question about anything.
What do you like?
Well, I'm going to go to the art theme, but I've been really into oil painting and the traditional sense, and it's like very different than a lot of my videos. And actually the first time I uploaded a traditional oil painting video that wasn't like one of my crazy characters, or I wasn't using spray paint or wasn't graffiti, I thought it was going to be a really bad response. And actually I had more people say they were into it than I ever thought. And,
sick.
And so like I've been into that a lot, and it's great for me. Actually, it's a downfall. I think about this a lot. It's like a positive and negative, my whole like kind of creative arsenal and what I do, because for one, it's great because I really never get bored. I never have creative block. A lot of people ask me about that. Maybe you can talk about that later, but I never have that. I can always bounce around. I always have ideas in the different mediums, acrylic painting, canvas, or big murals, graffiti, or traditional oil painting. Like they have their certain, you know, styles, and it's really fun for me to bounce back. But then I feel like I actually can never really focus on one thing and progress at a really fast and like authentic rate because I am constantly bouncing. So like if I was oil painting for the last 4 years that I've been doing all my other stuff, I think I would be like miles ahead in terms of technical ability and skill and just familiarity. Or even the past year, you know, because I bounce around from stencil projects. Or if I was just doing those stencil projects straight constantly for a year, then I think I would be making some amazing things. I would have made amazing things, or just continued to push the boundaries of whatever that style is. But so the question, I just love oil painting, and it's something that I don't really care about that anyone thinks. It's like a very personal practice that I think I will continue for my whole life. Yeah. It's one of those like very hand-based, skill-based, just practice that you can always get better. You can never not improve. And I just love it.
I have, like, you said something that, like you were saying, if I would have just done this for like 3 years, like I feel like for me, being able to switch things up, like I do paintings, I do like t-shirt designs and drawings, illustration work.
Full graphic design.
I do murals, I do video editing, I make music. And being able to bounce from this thing to that thing to this thing is like, it's like a palette cleanser. Like I just went to Europe, right? And I painted 16 murals in 30 days. And then like as soon as I got back from Europe, I went to this big mural festival, painted like a big thing in Kansas City. But then when I got back to my studio, I just got to focus on like making little videos in my office here and make little small paintings. It was like, it felt so good. But then like after like all winter long, a lot of the stuff that I do is like in my little office because it's like cold and wet and rainy and snowy outside. And then I get back and do like my first mural. Like when we were painting, you're like, dude, I haven't touched spray paint in so long. You're like, this is so nice. But so for me, like, I don't know. I feel like I could never do one thing for like 3 years. I guess that's the difference between like people who become masters. And they're like, this is my thing. I'm only doing this for the next 10 years and I'll like be the master. And then like for me, I would rather be a bit more of like a jack of all trades and like do a little bit of this. Okay, that was fun. Let me do a little bit of this and like just try to just sample. It's like artistic tapas. Like I want small bites of tapas,
like, all you can eat buffet.
It's like Costco, you know, just going.
And that's the dream. I mean, I think in a perfect world, everyone would want to be able to do that. It's like food. It's like maybe you don't like fish, but in retrospect, you probably would want to like fish. Yeah. You would want to like everything, so you have the opportunity to enjoy all of it. But yeah, I was specifically saying like mastery. And like I would be lying if I said I'm trying to be the best I could possibly be at everything I do. You know what I mean? Like, so I went through the oil painting track at that atelier, which is super legit, super professional. I was like by far the worst there. Yeah. It put me on my ass in terms of my ego, which was great. But it's like, that's one of the things where it's like, I could see myself becoming obsessed and just doing that for like 3 years. Yeah. But I have so many other things that I love. So
oil paints, it takes so damn long to dry. It would probably take you 3 years to make like 10 paintings.
Yeah. We got mediums. We got liquid, fast drying medium. But yeah, no.
So all the time in the comments, people are like, I get Baron von Zemo, like the bad guy from Captain America Civil War. They're like, oh, you look like that dude.
Yeah, dude.
And I get
I do see that.
Some people used to say like Nakey Jakey, I look like that dude. And I get like all these, sometimes I have to like Google, they're like, oh, you look like this guy. And I'm like, I've never even heard of that. I have to Google it. And then me and my wife are like, do I look like this dude? Like, who do you get in the comments like, you look like?
Yeah, so recently, after my little pop, I had a bunch of separate people. And you know, if they're random people, it's mediumly true because they're not
it's like,
teaming up.
Damn, like 10 people said
Owen
that.
Wilson, which was hilarious.
I can see that.
And then also Sid the Sloth from Ice Age, which is just like hilarious because I have 3 sisters, and they all made fun of me. I don't know if it's making fun, but they all said I look like Sid the Sloth with like no chin. So yeah, those are the 2 I get, which says, actually, while I was here,
someone needs to make like a Photoshop of SLEW mixed with Owen Wilson mixed with Sid the Sloth. Like,
wow,
I can't wait to see that. That's a good meme.
Please and thank you. I don't think it's not a compliment. While I was here, though, someone commented I looked like Jenna Marbles' dog. I guess its name is Peach.
Oh wait,
Peach or something. I think it was Jenna.
I think it's like a miniature greyhound or something, right?
Wow. Well, I'm honored.
That's awesome. That's a very, very famous dog, bro. Yeah.
I guess so.
That's like I've never gotten compared to. You have
Yeah.
You have one human and two animals.
I know, dude. I don't know what that says about my facial structure. But whatever, we'll rock it. I'll roll with it.
That's sweet, man. What else, dude? It's been so rad having you here kicking it, man.
Dude, I mean, thank you. It's been such a dream. I mean, like,
we've been nerding out on like video specs.
Oh my god,
like,
people,
what frame rate do you shoot at?
People listening, like, it's been the biggest nerd sesh in all of the things that I love. Yeah, the dog is barking. He loves the cameras also. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
But like a big part of my life, and I actually didn't know as much as yours. I was actually quite surprised that you knew so much about video and like you're a very gearhead.
Yeah.
But like I love videography.
I do and I don't, man. Like I have a bunch of sweet, awesome gear, but then like I still like just shoot on auto.
But I mean, you have like the best quality videos, and like I don't know, I don't know what I expected, but to see all this and all the stuff, whatever. But like to nerd out, it's amazing, and like people know me as an artist, or like my family, my friends, and like a fine artist. I paint, I do graffiti, he's a graffiti kid, but I almost spend equal, if not more, time on videography, editing, moving the camera around while I paint, or just even the perspective of a directorial eyes through a video. So like when I'm planning out a video, I'm planning out the shots. I'm planning out how the flow, the structure, the intro, what's going to be, the mini narrative. And yeah, they're all similar. And we talked about this. How many different ways can you film a painting? But it's like, it's the flow of the video. It's like I'm sharing the experience. I'm perhaps teaching people something. There's a little technique. It's entertaining. And it's also documenting. It's like this huge pie chart of things that I like to check off that you can include. And a lot of it is, painting is a creative outlet for me. Videography, using a video camera, like a cinematographer, is a creative outlet for me. And then actually editing and developing a video around my creative project is another creative outlet, so it's like the video is a piece of art for me in itself, as maybe dramatic as that sounds, because it's just a YouTube video, a lot of it sometimes just vlogging, but I'm quite obsessed with
that's the way we think. I mean, it's like, and what the worst part is that like all of that thought and all of that creative endeavors and like thought and like mental pre-production and editing and all that stuff, it all boils down to like your thumbnail and your title.
I know.
And then it's like,
it's literally,
I'll spend like 4 hours just like stressing out about like what my thumbnail is and what my title is going to be. Because if someone, like, no matter how hard you worked on your video, no matter like what a masterpiece it is, no matter how clever your concept is, like if they don't click it, then they never see it.
Yeah, how are you going to people to watch it in the first place?
Yeah, I would say that's like the hardest part about the whole thing.
It is. And I go back and forth so much. Like I sometimes change my title after I upload it, after the first 3 hours. And you never know. Like I'll have 2 thumbnails ready and I'll be like, oh, which one, man? Yeah. Which one am I going to use?
I wish they had like A/B. I wish YouTube would like send out like this thumbnail to half your subscribers and this thumbnail to the other half, and then show you like how each one is performing.
You know what is better though? Now you can like, if you hold your mouse over it, it will scrub through the video.
Oh, really?
It'll show more frames. You've seen that?
Oh yeah. Well, I've had it like kind of autoplay or whatever.
Yeah, so like if you have your mouse over it, will show like different points of the video, which is way better, I think. But again, it's just like that first line of defense, which is 2 pretty much pointless things: the thumbnail and title.
What's the next thing for SLEW?
Oh, great question, man. You want to hear something super awesome that Kipto told me? This is true. I had my short film. This is so epic that this is behind the scenes that I'd love to talk about, and he's so right. I had my short film, and I worked really hard at whatever, and Kipto also had his huge short film, the Kipto vs. Robot, super epic. And at the end of my short film was more documentary, mini documentary. My videographer is interviewing me, and at the end it's like, what's next? And I said, oh, that's a good question. I don't know. What is next? Kind of. And then it ended like kind of like a dramatic ending. And Kipto, I mean, I was looking for Kipto for advice for that short film for a while, because he's very good at all that, and he made his. And he was like, that was what bothered me the most. Or he was like, you shouldn't, as an artist, as a person, you should be ready to give your next thing. You shouldn't be hesitant about what's your next project. And he wasn't like ripping on me or like, he was just like, that's interesting. And I, as a viewer and a fan, he wanted to know what was next, like he wanted me to say, this is what I have planned. This is my next endeavor. Yeah. And I never forgot that. And it was like one of those really actually great pieces of advice, a little constructive criticism that I'll never forget, because of course I have ideas, but I guess as an artist, you want to be prepared, the point of being an artist and expressing yourself is having these ideas ready. And I don't really know, I'm rambling now, but that's, yeah. And what I actually do have next, I don't know when this podcast is going to be out. I have this awesome stencil project, weirdly, that actually is about my short film. It's like a retrospective character from the character that I did in that mural series. So I don't know when that's going to be out, but definitely check it out.
Look forward to that.
Yeah. What about you? Any big plans? I mean, I know you've just been grinding.
Yeah. I'm heading down to Brazil. I don't know if I'm going to be painting down there. I'm supposed to be doing this mural for this like commercial, this commercial shoot, but whoa, that's kind of in limbo. I have like a few ideas for videos that I really want to make. And like, I've been traveling for a long time, and I'm just like about to be traveling to Brazil, but I'm really enjoying like being home right now. Yeah. And because like when I make videos here at home, I can like really slow down and think about each shot and think about what I want to say and the story that I want to tell. Whereas when I'm out traveling, I just feel like this pinball, and there's like so much, I'm experiencing this new place, and I'm like have the pressure of like trying to paint this big mural, and I'm trying to get all the shots I want to get, and I'm trying to tell the story I want to tell, and it all just feels like way more frantic and like really exciting and really fun, but not as controlled. And now it's to the point where anytime that I'm home and I get to just like create in my little creative bubble here, it just feels so good. That's sort of that like bringing it back to that like switching things up thing. Like when I've been here too long, it's like, oh, I want to go on like some crazy adventure and like do something. Totally. So I'm just loving being here, running my shop, running my online shop, like making my videos, doing my paintings, trying to get caught up on my commissions. And it's also really cool, like the adventures coming to me, having you out here. So yeah, it's been... That's what I'm about right now. Just trying to chill out a little bit, man.
I feel you. Yeah. I'm kind of actually in the opposite boat, because I made this big decision to be home and do YouTube full time. And like I kind of have, well, I wouldn't say that, but it's like I kind of given myself this year goal to just go 6th gear and just do as much as I can, be open to new experiences, but just like really try to work as much as I can, be in the studio, make as many videos as I can, and again, just really work hard. I mean, I'm sure you get more than me, but like the amount of DMs I get and questions about finding your style or how do I improve, and a lot of my videos tend to the beginner, and I'm giving little tips and tricks, but like I feel like there's no secret, obviously, and the easy, almost obvious answer is to literally just do it, and do it a lot and spend a lot of time doing it for a long time. Yeah. It's like, that's it. Like, I don't know what else to say. I say that to people, and I feel,
just try to be better all the time.
Yeah. And I mean, take good criticism and experiment and challenge yourself. But it's like, if you want to become a good painter and you're painting for an hour once a week, then don't expect to improve that much, if at all. You know what I mean? Like, it really is something that you kind of got to take seriously. And that's actually something I kind of promote on my channel, is as goofy and kind of funny I try to be and laid back. Like, if anything, I take my creative practice as serious as I can in my life. Like, it's the thing I take the most serious. It's like consistency and always trying to do more, always trying to improve after every painting. And I really do think, like, I did these 8 commissions, the video I just released from when I was here, but I learned so much from these 8 oil paintings, and I spent a long time, like 50 hours on them. But like, I mean, like I literally, just like a video game, like the experience points just went up. Yeah. And it's just as easy as that. And I think people just have this notion that every project they do wants to be good or
and also like
successful.
I think I already, without even asking you, I know probably that the reason why you are here right now is not because back when you had like zero art skills, you were like, I'm gonna make art and like make YouTube videos and like and be this like YouTuber artist dude. The reason why you're here today is because you were like obsessed with art and you were compelled with art, and nobody said like, oh, you got to practice, or like, hey, you need to spend some more time making art. Like, you were making art all the time. That's what my story was, is like, no matter what, like I was always doing something creative. And I didn't do the creative thing all the time because I knew one day I wanted a creative job. I knew I wanted a creative job one day because I was doing creative stuff all the time, and there was no other option. So like, if you're not obsessed, if you're not like in love with whatever you're doing, don't try to like make that your job. Like, find the thing that you're like super obsessed with. Because if you do get a lot of success, it means that you're going to have to do it more and more and more to the point where it will become a job, and a little bit of that love is going to go away. So you better have like a fuck ton of that love up front, because when it does get successful and when you do get popular, it's going to be something that you have to do instead of something that you want to do.
You hear that, everybody? That's words of wisdom. And it's so true, because you know, the obsession, I think, is an interesting topic, because I don't think it's always positive. You're like, I'm obsessed with art. It's like, I can't stop. Like, it's not sometimes not the best thing, and it takes away
compulsion.
Other parts of my life. But it's like, it's the passion that will actually, in the long run, make you improve. You know, if you're kind of into it, you could take a bunch of classes. It's like, it's just like anything. Your attention is retained with the things you want to do. You know, it's pretty much that simple. And so like, I was obsessed with graffiti. All I wanted to do was graffiti. Every class I would sketch it, blah, blah, blah. So like, it's the passion. If you know what you're passionate about, then you know that, you know, it doesn't matter if you do long hours, you know, it's just because that's just the goal. It's just to do.
Nothing feels like, for me, there's no better feeling than like when I'm creating most of the time.
Right.
And sometimes what you're super crazy about and what you're super passionate about can take you down this long journey. And then all of a sudden you get super crazy passionate about another thing. Like, you were way into graffiti, right? Yeah. And then that super crazy passion for graffiti kind of branched out in this new direction, which is more traditional art. And then that probably branched out into the YouTube thing. And I took a similar path where it was like music. Everything was about music. I went to music school. Super interesting. I worked in recording studios in LA. I set up my own studio here in Seattle. I was in bands, and I had always loved art, but that kind of branched off into my art thing. And then the video thing kind of branched off from there. So what I was saying earlier is like, you better make sure that whatever you do, you absolutely love it. That doesn't mean that like the love cannot like change down the road, but you like, it just needs to come from a passionate place, or else you're not going to put the time in.
For sure, yeah. You can't force it.
And it takes lots of time.
Right. It takes lots of time. And, like, I don't know, I'm sure everyone should be taking a grain of salt with what we say, but, like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you just said it so well. And it's interesting. It's funny. I mean, I'm sure some of your fans know, but I actually didn't know as much of your music background and audio engineering background until I came and was chilling with you. You want to talk about that a little? Because I think that's super interesting.
Yeah. I mean, so when I was like...
When you're like my age?
Yeah. It's interesting because I've done a bunch of... I have like 8 podcasts on my Patreon, but this is like the first one we're doing where having you here is like, this one's maybe going to go out to a wider audience or whatever. But I've talked about this stuff before, but yeah, I guess it hasn't really been. Anyway, so when I was like 14 years old, I got super into making like little beats on my computer, and I bought all these mics, and I was like really into audio, and I was like, Dad, I want to set up a recording studio in my bedroom. And my dad's like super supportive, and he's like, no electric guitars after 11 o'clock at night. Nice. And I was like, sweet, I'm off and running. Yeah, that's a good rule. That's a good rule. So I charged like $10 a song, and people could record like their whole album for like $100. And I was like this little 14-year-old kid trying to learn.
Whoa, that's young, dude. Little entrepreneur then. Yeah. Okay.
So I had like all these bands coming in to record with me, and it was like probably not the best quality, but I was learning, and it was like $10, whatever, you know. So then when I was like 18, I went to audio engineering school in Orlando, Florida at Full Sail, and like got my degree there, and like it was super cool. A lot of this stuff, because I was so passionate about it for so long, like I already had a pretty firm foundation. So it was like they were kind of showing me like what I was doing right already, and also what I was doing wrong and what I could learn. And like I had a lot of knowledge going in, so I just really kind of excelled at that school. Moved out to LA.
Yeah.
I moved in across the street from my dream studio.
Wow.
Like I knew that I wanted to work at the Village recording studio, so I got an apartment like across the street.
That is the grind.
And
that's awesome.
I went in for an interview to like be a little intern or a runner or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, you're cool, but we're full right now, like we can't hire you." And I was like, "Okay." So then I just called them next week and I was like, "Hey, I had an interview. Do you got any room?" No. So then I just called him every single week for 6 months straight. Like, I was like, "Hey," like Darren, like the studio manager's name, like, "Hey, dude, it's Peter again. You got room for me?" No, like nonstop till finally, like the CEO of the Village called me up, and he was like, "How's your Pro Tools skills?" Which is like the recording software. And I was like, "Oh, they're good." And he had this like celebrity friend. I'm not going to really like name too many names, but he had this like celebrity friend who needed like a Pro Tools operator. I went and worked for him for a while. The celebrity friend like gave me the endorsement, and I was finally in, and I was like, "Oh, dude, like, yes."
That was a great story.
Yeah. The grind, I was like, I live across the street, dude. Like, I will never be late.
Yeah.
But yeah, then after a while, like I got tired of LA. The girl that I was dating at the time, like super duper hated LA. Moved to Seattle. I figured like I had learned all this stuff from working with like the big like world-class celebrities every day studios. Like I could be a bigger fish in a smaller pond, and moved to Seattle and like set up my own thing, and like started some bands that did pretty well. We were like pretty popular in the Northwest. We were playing for like big crowds and sold out shows, and like
epic.
We weren't like a national band. We never made it to that level, but like we definitely did our thing back in the day.
And so, not to interrupt, but like, was painting ever in the story at this point?
Yeah, I would do drawings and paintings, and like I would design posters for our bands, and I had a couple art shows in that time period, but it was like super on the like music right now. I make a lot of music for my YouTube videos or whatever. Music is on like the crazy back burner for me. All I do is just like make little dumb beats for my videos.
Right.
That's what art was for me during my music days.
Nice,
like, I'll just make a drawing or make a little painting, but it like doesn't matter. Like music is what I'm all about. But yeah,
nice.
I don't know where I was anymore.
Because that goes. I mean, it just shows that you can. Be super passionate, put in years. Of work. Even could have been a career path, and you kind of, I don't know at what point, but then now it's. Something else.
I really like art because like with music, like there was 3 other dudes in the band. There was like our manager, there's the booking agent, there's the club promoter. There's like so many people that you have to work with in order to make music work. There's like, but when you're an artist, like you can do the whole thing yourself. Like I don't have to rely on anybody to like make my art or run my business or do my YouTube videos. It's just like an army of one. Like I have some employees or whatever, but like it's just so much easier for me. And also another thing that's great about being a visual artist is like when you make a song and you put it online, you have to get somebody to click play and like sit there for 3.5 minutes. But when you make a painting or whatever, you just put it there, and like as they're scrolling, it just goes in front of their eyes. They don't have to push play. They don't have to. It's
delivered differently.
It's like, it's almost like people can't avoid it. Like it's a visual thing, so it's just there. And like there's no commitment to like click play or whatever.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, yeah, man, it's been awesome chatting to you. But SLEW had the idea before the show that maybe we should try to jump on Instagram Live and see if anybody on Instagram Live has any questions. This is a little bit nerve-wracking for me because I don't know how this is going to go, but let's just go live and see what happens. It might take a couple minutes.
Yeah, for right. So we can rant,
people to join,
rabble by the time, but it might be cool if people have questions for the two of us, at the same time, or just conversations to wrap the podcast up.
Yeah.
Damn, I've never gone live on my Instagram ever.
1 2 1 2. Hey. We're telling your followers that you've started a live video. Hey, what's up? We got 4 people in here. So right now, Instagram people, I'm in my little studio with SLEW, and we are wondering if you guys have any questions for us.
We're doing a little podcast.
We're recording a podcast right now, so if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments and let me know. Pow Boom Pop says, what's up? What's up? We're recording a podcast. Who's got questions? We're here to answer them. Live. It's going down.
Yeah.
We got a lot of heart eyes. We got a lot of thumbs up.
While this rambles and you maybe get questions, I would like to say, first of all, a sincere thank you to you, my friend.
Thank you, man.
I mean, this has been the most epic trip, and we've been doing so many cool things. I've never collaborated with another YouTuber.
Okay, hold on. To interrupt you, Pune XII says, how do you get inspiration for your art?
Oh, that's a great question. Because it's so open-ended.
Yeah.
And people ask that a lot.
I think we got to answer these really fast because they're starting to roll.
I think we've talked about this, Peter and I.
Yeah.
Inspiration is a very weird term. Pretty much living my experience, all the things I experienced, my family, my friends, what I'm into. You know, it all boils down into the things I like to make. You know, there's not one specific thing that I look at Peter's reflection in his glasses and it inspires me to make something. It's kind of just my personality, what I'm into, that drives what I make.
Sweet. Okay, so while you were answering that, I saw a couple roll by. One was like, how did you become a full-time artist?
Oh.
For me, it was a very slow and gradual thing.
Right.
And it wasn't like one day I quit my job. It was like I trickled my work down very slowly as the art continued to grow and grow, and I did it like this super safe way. Did you just say like, screw it, I'm going to be a full-time artist?
Well, I don't think I technically have that full-time. Does full-time mean I spend all my time making art?
It means you don't have another job.
Yeah, I don't. That's what I mean. Like, I don't have another job. My main income source is art, but it's not a lot at this point. It's nothing close to you. I don't have a wife and a house to support. Like, you know, I'm just a kid, but I do consider myself a full-time artist, and I'm working towards it. But like you said, it took years of dabbling, slowly getting better, being more into things, and then, you know, leaving school and saying, hey, this is what I want to do. I have these sets of skills. You know, you want to dream, but you have to be a realist at the same time. So, yes.
So 2 questions. One was, how do you get over artist block? And then someone named Sabrina just asked, if you could use only one color forever, which would it be?
That's a great question. I have my answer. Well, you get the shades of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, if I could only use one color,
let me guess.
Black.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, like,
nice. Okay. I was gonna say yellow.
Oh, wow.
I love yellow.
Really?
But then, yeah, I don't know how. If I get every range of values.
Because, like, if I just have, like, a black
no, you're right. I like
pen
your
or something,
way
I
better.
feel like I could make...
Well, just line art, yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I redact
I would
mine.
die without all the colors, though. And then somebody way earlier... Oh, for those of you that are just joining, me and SLEW are doing a podcast right now, so if you have any questions for us, holler at your boys. Let us know. This person just asked, is Mad Rad ever going to make a comeback? That's one of my old bands. We were talking about that earlier on the podcast, so you guys can check that. How do I get over artist block? Like, for me...
How do you, 1000?
For me, artist block comes and goes, but I have, like, so much stuff on my to-do list that there's always, like, a big, strong incentive to, like, continue. Even if I have artist block, I just, like, sit down and start the work, and... hopefully something happens.
Right.
I just like my schedule does not really afford artist
right
block.
I think that's something that you you know, I mean, I don't think everyone has that extreme schedule where they can afford to just buckle down and work. They don't have work to do, they don't know what to do.
Sometimes you can set limitations on yourself, like I'm only going to use yellow, or like I'm going to see what I can make in 45 minutes.
I actually have a great answer. What I do, and I have done, not specifically for artist block, but I'll do a different rendition of something I've already painted. Like I'll almost copy it exactly, but change a few more things. And in that, you know, sense and that experience, you never know what might change for the better or for the worse.
Travis Sennett asks, what do you do for warm-up exercises, if you do any at all?
I do warm-ups.
You do?
I just had a video about warm-ups.
Yeah? Go watch SLEW's video.
No, it's a serious thing. I mean, it's just like anything, like sports. You want to warm up your limbs. You want to warm up your pencil, your hand. the familiarity of the pressure with the pencil. I mean, it's very traditional, old school, also not necessary. But if I do a 10-minute sketch, I feel more prepared and ready to take on a more serious sketch that's going to be an hour. So I do warm up, actually.
Pow Boom Pop has asked like 3 times if he or she can draw you. I don't know if that's directed towards me or you, but I would say the answer is yes from both of us.
Yes.
Cool.
And thank you.
Where were you ever in the graffiti scene? Says medical grade maggots.
I did graffiti personally. I was never in a crew. I got arrested after I did it illegally like 2 or 3 times, and I never have really done it illegal since. And so I wasn't really in the graffiti game at all, but I loved it and I'm a fan of it.
Yeah, I had like the world's most short-lived graffiti career. I think I went out like maybe 5 different occasions and did some illegal stuff, but that's ancient history.
Yeah.
Sabrina Oliveira asks, if you could make an album cover for anyone, who would it be?
Wow.
That's a good question.
Great question. Wow.
I don't know.
I love like 90s rap, so it had to be like just off the top, like Gangstar.
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like that'd be so sick. Do some like graffiti B-boys or like...
Yeah. I think it would be cool to do one for like Flying Lotus.
Wow.
Because his music is like so trippy. And
yeah, it
like,
might lend to your style.
I think it would be fun. Yeah, I really like Flying Lotus.
I'm going to think about that more.
Okay, let's do 2 more questions. So if you guys have any questions, let us know. We'll do like 2 more. Elijah 54. Any advice for a young artist?
Yes. Don't try to make a good painting every time. You want to fail. Failing is how you improve, and you want to be able to, boom, just go to the next drawing, next painting, next project. Don't get so hung up on every single thing you do. Don't scrutinize yourself. It's hard because that's what everyone does, but just you have to have the long vision, you know?
Sick. I 100% agree with that. Let's see.
That's my biggest mistake.
I missed some good ones.
Well, how many people are alive?
54
wow.
right now.
That's amazing.
CTG Graffiti said, ever made any art on psychedelics? I have. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
But it wasn't very good. Mm-hmm. It was like nothing that I would ever like want to show anyone.
Yeah, I think I've drawn like a 20-minute sketch maybe, but nothing serious.
Well, thank you, Instagram Live. Thanks for all the awesome questions.
Yeah, that was great.
We're in here like podcasting and stuff, doing the thing. I'm signing out with you guys, so we'll go ahead and boop. See ya. Share the story. Sure, let's do that. Dude, it was so awesome talking to you.
Dude, back at you, brother.
On all my Patreon podcasts, I kind of close out with like what I've been into as far as like what TV show has been dope to me, what I've been reading. So like, do you have anything like that? I know earlier you were saying you're into oil painting, but do you have like something that you could recommend to the viewers right now? While you think about that, let me just say this is my first time doing content like this, like recording a video of a podcast, having a guest like this. So if you guys like this kind of thing, definitely like let me know in the comments. Your comments on this one are going to be super valuable to me to let me know if you ever want to see something like this again, if you enjoyed the podcast. And yeah, this is like a whole brand new frontier for me. I hope we did a good job. I hope you enjoyed yourself, but let me know in the comments if you ever want to see something like this again. Or if you say, nah, dude, never again.
Certainly do. I think this is awesome, and I hope to do this myself actually also, but I hope this works out, and it was epic. Yeah. Something that I'm into, I actually love film photography. I know this is all kind of focused around the same kind of things like videography, but film specifically, this is before I came here, right the day before actually, I had one of my buddies that I hadn't seen in years come by and shoot some film of my studio, and that's like the 3rd time I've had someone specifically come to where I work to shoot film, and I just think it's so different than just a normal digital photo. It's like you have to actually make a photo, you know? You don't just take a photo, you make it, and film looks so different, and like I'm such a camera nerd that I'm afraid that I'm gonna like buy film cameras. But that's what I'm into, and there's actually a couple really great YouTubers who make just film photography videos.
Who's that?
William Verbeck and also Negative Feedback.
Sick.
Super awesome channels. And it's just like, I don't know, for me, film is like super nostalgic and like really epic archival.
You like all that real hands-on stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just love that shit, man. But that's what I have to say. What about you?
Well, while I was doing this piece of art, I started the audiobook of Stephen King's It. I know that's not like news to anyone, but I've been super enjoying that.
Wow.
Me and wifey have been super into the Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star miniseries that's going on right now. We definitely like, that's our little family time. We're like, the new Shane Dawson is out. Like, we stop everything. We like go get on the couch and like watch that together. So that's like our little family YouTube time. And I don't know, I'm just always into like spooky, weird, mysterious ARG creepypasta stuff. Like all those channels that are about like these weird, like mysterious, you know what ARGs are?
No.
Like
Wait.
Alternate reality games.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like they put out a video, and in the video is like a picture, and then when you put the picture through a spectrum analyzer, there's a binary code, and then when you take the binary code and plug that in, there's like coordinates, and
it's like an escape room of
it's like all these like and I love like just watching like dumb creepy YouTube videos on that kind of stuff. Like that's the kind of stuff that just fills up my time. But most of the time I'm just like sitting in my room making dumb paintings and like
not dumb,
showing them to the world.
Really epic paintings.
But Stephen King's It, Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star, and I don't know, all the other random stuff.
Cool, man.
Yeah. But I've been into hanging out with you.
Dude,
it's been super rad, bro. Thank you for being on my very first podcast. We'll see if there's any more of these, man.
Oh, gosh, man. I'm incredibly thankful, and this has been pretty epic. I mean, don't want to be dramatic, but, you know, you never know how these experiences affect me, and it's extremely inspiring. I mean, just watching your videos, but being around you, seeing your life, how professional you are, also how forthcoming and nice and kind, and like, it's just really affects me, man, for real.
Thanks, man.
And I'm sure it does all the viewers, so
thank you.
Much love to you.
Thank you guys for watching. Oh, also, you guys in the comments, if you do like this, help me come up with a name for this podcast. If you want to see more.
I think they want to see more.
Yeah, so if you do want to see more, also in the comments, let me know what this podcast should be called if there is future episodes. And also, what guests.
Before I started to sign out, I'm doing a short mini documentary on 1000, why I'm here in Seattle, or a little of the reason. So I don't know when that's going to come out, but it's going to be super artsy and cinematic, and it's going to be him talking about some personal cool stuff. So,
and that's on his YouTube channel. I forgot to like shout him out at all. SLEW is his SLEW is his YouTube channel. At SLEWP is his Instagram.
Oh yeah.
And anything else?
That's it. This was a dream. I had such a blast.
And his Tinder profile is
sexy boy.
Sexy boy. 6969 Sid the Sloth _ Owen Wilson.
Right. Pixar fanboy.
I think that's it, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Cool, man. Good work. That was fun. Dope.
So awesome. Yeah, I'm pumped off the edits also, even though I kind of want to, because it's going to be a learning experience.
I know. I really kind of want to look at like the footage.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually... There's no camera mounts on that, so it doesn't even like... Look at this setup right now. We're doing a 3-camera ABC podcast with the lights.
I'm wearing this.
Yeah, I'll have to make my own.
I'm wearing this for the whole podcast.
So we'll figure it out, but we're setting up. The setup is real. It's beautiful here. I'm in camera nerd, photo lighting heaven here, so stay tuned for the podcast. You can be the MC.
I'm like, jeez.
The podcast MC.
All the angles.
You just have to play like hot potato, like record. This one.
Doing some stuff.
Pick your camera.
Camera 2. Camera 3 and the wifey.
Camera 4.
What is going on in here?
Podcast, baby.
Podcast, baby.
What are we gonna do for audio?
I got 2.
Oh, I was about to say we're both gonna be lapped up. No, duh. We got the guys.